think it's funny when you add a little bit of money to a sport and you give some girls attention, what they can do with it. I think everyone should take a page out of our book and really put some more time and effort into women's everything.
Welcome to Breaking the Glass Hockey Podcast. We are talking women's hockey from the PWHL to the NCAA. We will be talking with players, builders, coaches and fans who have made this great game what it is today. Educate, empower, elevate. Let's go!
Welcome back to Breaking the Glass. We are back with another interview episode, which it's nice to mix it up. Have the info and then an interview, interview. That's what we're trying to do. And we are joined today by a true trailblazer, glass breaker for University of Delaware. I mean, this is the first year. It's exciting. We are joined by Kaitlin Finnegan, University of Delaware, Fightin Blue Hen, grad student who has been talked about as an extension of the coaching staff on the ice, which I'm sure plays into her major of strategic leadership. Currently playing in all situations, second in points, tied for first in apples, and second in blocks. But I want to put an asterisk by that because I want to come back to that later on. And from Tecumseh, Kansas, Kaitlin, welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. That was quite the intro. I don't know if anyone else can top that. That was awesome.
Nice. We're starting off good. See, flattery will get you a little bit of flattery will get you everywhere with it.
I put an asterisk on the strategic leadership thing, so we'll come back to that too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let me get these ones out of the way, and I'm not gonna. I don't want to make this too serious, but my daughter has a specific Kansas question. She's 9. Are you aware of Sinkhole Sam from Inman Lake?
I am not, unfortunately.
Oh, all right. She's into like Bigfoot and that stuff, and that's some type of sea serpent living in Inman Lake, apparently. Do you know where that is?
I'm not familiar with that part. No.
I probably should have had that.
You know?
All I know is it's in Kansas. She just started searching Kansas.
Maybe it was in a chapter book, Brownie.
It might have been a chapter book. I could have been. She does have a lot of those. And I don't want to make light of this, but did you grow up in Tecumseh's tornado area, right? With like the drills and the sirens and all that?
Yeah, like a little bit. Like definitely Tornado Valley. I'd say Oklahoma is kind of more of it. They get more of it, but definitely experienced a couple bad tornadoes in my time. We had like a bad one when I was in grade school that kind of took up our whole fence.
Wow.
But we always get jokes here and there about the Wizard of Oz, and
buddy, that's on my sheet right here. It's the next question.
Oh yeah, Wizard of Oz. We definitely got some glory there. So,
have you seen the social media stuff for the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere in Vegas?
In Vegas, yeah, the Sphere. I haven't. No.
Apparently, it's unbelievable the experience, but. If you grew up with the real thing, I don't think you need to go for that.
Listen, I have a fun fact because I like to look things up while you're talking. Lake Inman is the largest natural lake in Kansas.
Oh.
It's located in McPherson County, northeast of the city of Inman. It's a natural lake, unlike much larger man-made reservoirs. So there you go. So
apparently there could be a sea serpent.
It exists. It's there. I know nothing about the geography of Kansas, but
hey, that's didn't you say it was northeast of Emmett?
It's northeast of Inman because it's Inman Lake, McPherson County, north of Hutchinson, like just I don't know, northwest of Wichita.
Okay. Well, yeah, my brother actually plays in Wichita.
ECHL team, right?
Yeah. And then the reason I asked if you were saying Emmett, my grandma's actually from Emmett, Kansas. She lived on a farm. So.
You are currently, I believe, the only NCAA hockey player from Kansas playing right now, and before you, it was your brother. So that's a pretty cool little trivia stat, you know.
That is, I think. Our Brendan, our social media guy, he was actually the first one to tell me that. Is pretty cool fact.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you talked about your brother. I assume you followed his footsteps. He's a few years older than you. Is that how you got your start in hockey, following him, or it was like your parents, or did he just fall in love with the game and drag you along?
Yeah, pretty much. So my parents actually to this day have no idea how to skate. But the little story that happened, so we had a junior hockey team in Topeka, which is like 15 minutes. Like we're pretty much from Topeka, I'd say. And they got tickets from my uncle and they went to it. They absolutely fell in love with the game and they're like, oh, let's throw my brother in there. And he absolutely loved it. And so we're 5 years apart. I think the minute I was born, his first question was, well, when can she skate? When can she
Oh,
play?
that's great.
And so I was kind of naturally just thrown into it because of him. And I was so grateful for it because I loved playing with him. And just like, I think learning from him was the biggest thing. Like, he was my biggest role model growing up and still is to this day. Like, he teaches
What's
me
your
so
age
much.
difference?
5 years.
5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he just make you the goalie all the time?
Surprisingly not.
yeah.
He wanted he's a forward. We're both forwards. So I think he just wanted someone to like pass him pucks, kind of be his like training little buddy. But so yeah, I kind of got into it that way. He definitely taught me how to skate and helped me there. And then, as we got older and stuff, like he would just always help me, just little tricks and, how to get better at the game. He still does. So he's always been there for me. And even though we had that 5-year age gap, we still managed to go to college together for 3 years, which is pretty cool.
He's doing pretty good for the Thunder. I looked at his stats. He's living it, right?
Yeah, he's living the dream right now. He's always, I think every male hockey player and now female hockey player dreams of playing professionally.
Right.
So he's definitely pursuing his dreams. So I couldn't be more proud of him.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And is it cold enough for outdoor ponds, outdoor rinks?
In Kansas, unfortunately not.
Oh, okay.
There's actually a funny story. So this was like when I was really young, like probably like five or six. So I had just started skating pretty much at this age. And him and my grandpa, he wanted to skate on a pond so bad. And it just doesn't get cold enough to last very long. But they did say it was cold enough. And him, my grandpa, and my dad went out to the pond. And it was great for him. He didn't weigh a whole lot. But my dad actually ended up falling through. It was a small lake. It wasn't a big deal. It was a pond, actually. But yeah, so it does not get cold enough in Kansas typically to go outside and play outdoor hockey.
I was talking to my wife. I think you're the second person I've ever met from Kansas.
Really?
Yeah. I met
Who was the first?
Someone when I lived down the Keys.
Met
someone from Kansas. He met someone from all over when he lived down there.
Sure.
Yeah. But all right. So St. Louis Lady Blues, which I wish they would stop with the lady stuff. Just yeah. So 16 and under. It was funny. I was looking at the you played with like Callie Rowbottom, Casey Brooks, Joy Dunn. You played with some D1 players even back then.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I actually played. So I grew up playing boys hockey just in Kansas and everything. There wasn't a girls team. And then the closest girls team was St. Louis. So ended up going there 12U through 16U. And, we did have a pretty solid team. Like you said, we had some good D1 commits and Joy Dunn obviously crushing it at Ohio State and Casey Brooks at Providence. And then Callie Rowbottom was at Mercyhurst. So definitely had some talent there. It was kind of funny because we had like probably half our team was like from out of town. And like Casey Brooks, she was from Colorado. And then, Joy Dunn, obviously St. Louis native, Callie too. But it was kind of unique playing with all those players from different areas. It was kind of fun to come together like that. But it was a very cool experience.
How far are we talking? Like how long you in the car for that?
From St. Louis?
For you, where you grew up from, were you coming from Tecumseh?
Yeah. So I'm still living there. I've lived there my whole life. It's about 4 hours. So when I played boys, there wasn't really a rink back where I was from. So when I did play boys hockey, it was about an hour and a half drive just to practice twice a week.
Wow.
So yeah, I can't thank my parents enough. Like they've done so much for me and my brother, and I can't even I can't put it into words almost. Like it's just incredible everything that for us, and like they've almost dropped everything to make sure like, you know, we could be successful, and I can't thank them enough or repay them. Like they're just incredible. So my dad, he would actually drive. There's a couple other kids who I played with in the Tecumseh area who would make that drive with us. You know, we'd carpool and stuff. But yeah, so we do that twice a week. And then when I played St. Louis, 12U through 14U, I was just a tournament player. So we'd have practice weekends where we'd make that 4-hour drive for just practice. Like we would just have all the tournament players kind of come in once a month, and we'd have practice weekends in St. Louis, and then we would travel to wherever our tournament was. And then when I turned 15, that was when I kind of decided to do the billeting thing. Yeah. And that's when I lived in St. Louis, and I was making practices there. So
did you live with another family on the team, or?
I did. Yeah. I lived with Lexi Levy. So she was a goalie, and then also Cindy Poisson. So I lived with a couple different teammates. But I did that for 2 years. And then that's when I ended up going to Dallas for my last year.
That was my next question. I was like, I don't understand how it shows you how sharp I am. I didn't even think of billet families. I'm like, how are they going to Dallas? And I even looked it up on the map to see how far away it was.
Yeah, that one was about 7 hours from home.
Yeah. And that I even have in my notes right here, family move. That's a long drive for weekend tourneys. It says it right there in my notes. I didn't think of billet families.
Yeah, no, I ended up doing the billet route. My dad had a little bit more of a flexible job. My mom did not. She was a principal of an elementary school, so it was hard for her to take time off and stuff. But like I said, they allowed us to kind of follow our dreams there, and super supportive.
Yeah, that's great. And you can see like the list of the D1 players you played with for Dallas is obviously, you know, as you progress, it gets bigger and bigger. Could you feel the difference, like going from the boys to St. Louis, going from St. Louis to Dallas? Could you feel the steps in every way in terms of the competition?
Absolutely. Like I think, you know, growing up playing boys, I think that definitely helped. Like you kind of just, I mean, naturally boys play the game a little bit quicker. So you kind of teach yourself to play the game a little bit quicker. And then I think once body checking set in for me, that was a no-go. I'm a little bit of a smaller player, so I had to make that switch. But yeah, no, I played with a bunch of talented players in St. Louis, and that was a great jump. And then I think going to Dallas, like even I think once you get older, you just notice those jumps even more. And so playing in Dallas, I had absolute blast playing there. A lot of talent. It was unfortunate that was when COVID hit, so we didn't get a chance to really compete at the Nationals tournament. But we had a really, really great team, really great coaching staff there too.
And then at what point, and this is, I'm not just you, I'm curious with every player we talk to, at what point did it click to you that you could play at the NCAA level?
Oh gosh. I think it's always been a dream of mine. I mean, ever since I made that switch to girls hockey, I was like, oh wow, like watching the players play and at the highest level, at the NCAA level, I think I was like, that's exactly what I want to do. I knew from a very young age that I wanted to pursue that and kind of put everything into training to get to that level. I didn't really know it was a possibility until schools started to reach out. And that's when I was like, oh, this is happening. Like this is an actual possibility. And so that was really cool. Like I said, it was always a dream, but it kind of just felt like a dream. Like I didn't realize it was a reality until like coaches started to reach out, and I was like, oh, like this is going to happen. This is definitely a possibility. So
what other schools did you look at?
Yeah, that was Linda's world. She was out there banging on the recruiting trail.
Yeah. So I talked with Quinnipiac heavily, and then Brown was a school too. But I think Lindenwood had a special place just because like it was close to home. I think moving away at 15, I was like, I've always been a homebody, but I was like, oh, like this is a cool spot. It's a unique spot. Like it's kind of like out in the middle of nowhere compared to all the other like Division I schools. And yeah, I think I wanted to stay close to home. I think also my brother committing to Lindenwood, that also played a big factor. And I think playing in St. Louis, it was also kind of Lindenwood's backyard at the time. So I talked heavily with them and then ended up committing there.
That's great.
And you looked you could see your progression your first 3 years,
Yeah.
like your first 3 years, and even into your fourth year, as you progress your numbers, your statistics, everything. It just, I mean, you're trending perfectly. I mean, I don't, got to give some credit to your coach, I guess, right, Linda?
Of
No, I'm
course.
just
I
gonna give
mean,
Shelly some shine. I love Shelly. That's why. Yeah, Shelly Looney was your coach when you got to Lindenwood. Great person, great player in her own right. You know,
Yeah. No,
uh,
absolutely.
with your time at Lindenwood, could you see that step? Because I know Lindenwood, you had that first year you played 15 games,
Yeah.
and were you like deer in the headlights a little bit at the NCAA that first year? Yeah,
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that was the biggest jump I've noticed in my whole hockey career. I think that jump from like 19U kind of youth level to college is like a jump that not a lot of people can prepare you for.
right.
And
mhm.
it was very eye-opening, just the speed. It was just incredible. You're playing with girls who are like 4 years older than you. And I don't think you kind of put that into perspective until you're actually in it. And for me, that was also kind of a COVID year. So
Yeah.
I think that played a little bit of a factor, just, shorter season. So didn't have, the regular normal length of a season to kind of get into it, I guess you could say. But
Right.
no, yeah, the speed of the game was just insane. And as a freshman, it was definitely hard to adjust to. And we have 17 freshmen on our team, and I think they've been doing a great job adjusting to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, you really like talk about you were a master of arts and leadership, right, at Lindenwood. That was so. Talk about earning that right there. You come in, you earn the alternate captain, and then you go into the portal, and you're like, "Hey, we're going to start this brand new program." Talk about
yeah.
putting your major to work, right?
No, absolutely. And yeah, when I was at Lindenwood, I got my undergrad in psychology, minor in coaching, and then, yeah, like you said, the Master of Arts in Leadership. So I was able to get that all in 5 years. And I think it really prepared me for an opportunity like this. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I didn't even know it was a possibility. Like, I still talk to my family about it, and I'm like, the typical college athlete's supposed to get 4 years in college.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
the fact that I got a fifth year with the COVID and everything, and then a medical red shirt to take that sixth year, like Delaware wasn't even in the picture for me, if you kind of look at the big picture. So to have this opportunity and be a part of like building this legacy here is just incredible.
Was that what
So
drew you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
yeah,
Linda.
no, go ahead. That's what I was gonna say. So how tell us about your Delaware recruiting process. Let's put Lakumi on the spot a little bit here. What was that recruiting process like? When did it come up, and
Well,
what
don't get
opened
her in
your eyes
trouble.
to it?
Yeah,
No, I'm it's recording, so I mean,
we're in it now.
yeah,
Um, no, that's a great question. And I think jumping into the portal is definitely a unique and scary
yeah,
thing. I was not prepared. It's been a while since I've like kind of been in that recruiting stage. Like, so jumping back into it was scary itself, and just not knowing how things were going to turn out. Like, just the unknown, I think, was a little bit scary. And so, yeah, I talked with, a handful of schools, both D3 and D1. And I reached out to a lot of my old coaches and kind of just asked them for help, like, if they had any connections or kind of could help me find a spot. And then I ended up reaching out to Coomey, and I think she kind of reached out around a similar time. And we wanted to set up a phone call. And, I think the phone call went great. I thought, wow, this is something I want to be a part of, the program itself, how highly she spoke of Delaware and the facilities and the resources here. It was something I was very excited about. And then we wanted to set up another call in a week or two. And, I didn't hear anything. And so I was like, oh no, they're not interested anymore. Like, what's going on? And then I ended up reaching out, just kind of circling back and everything, and they thought the same thing. They thought I was not interested anymore. It kind of was just like an awkward kind of thing. Like, oh, I thought you weren't interested. Oh no, I
The
thought you were
recruiting
interested.
relationship song and dance.
Yeah, literally. So we're both like, oh no, like, but no, I'm very happy I circled back because that's when we started to, schedule that official visit, and I was able to come on campus for a day or two and just kind of see everything in person. And I mean, when I saw everything in person, I just immediately knew like this is the place I want to be.
So you were saying that, and I was thinking, obviously it worked out. So we know somebody reached out to somebody, but I was thinking, please tell me when you didn't hear from them, you reached out
Yeah.
with
Yes,
all your leadership background.
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think at the end of, like I said, the end of our call, like we kind of were like, oh, let's touch base in like a week or two. Like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, perfect. And then, that time frame kind of circled back and I was like, oh no, like they're not reaching out, like they're not interested, like, oh no, they've moved on. And no, thank God I reached out again because I think they thought the same thing, but from their perspective, I wasn't interested, which was absolutely not the case. So I'm
Wow.
happy that we got things straightened out and I was able to come on campus and everything worked out.
So coming in, you guys all, well, not the freshmen. There were 4 of you upperclassmen, I think, or 3, right?
Yeah, so we have 4 transfers and then 5 upperclassmen. So
Okay.
one of the goalies from our club team here at
Oh,
Delaware,
right. Yeah.
she
Right.
actually stayed here and she's one of our goalies. So and then the 4 transfers kind of came from elsewhere.
You guys had to go into this going, all right, this is going to be a challenge. Yeah. So then it becomes the embrace the challenge or shy away from it, right? So there's that
Absolutely.
whole mental thing. Uh, have you guys made like I don't know even know how to say this. Have you had like an open discussion or a conscious effort to like, all right, we can't get down in front of the young players. We have to, that kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely. I think coming in, we kind of knew we had to set the standard and lead by example, just to kind of show them like, yes, this is kind of the experience we have and we expect like the same out of you guys. Like even though you're young, we want you to like kind of rise up to the situation and help us build the legacy here. And there are definitely times when it's like challenging and there's times when you kind of want to get down and stuff, but then at the end of the day, there's 17 freshmen surrounding you, and
Right.
you gotta lead by example. And I think you kind of push it to the side a little bit, and you just want to lead them in the right direction. I think that's the biggest thing, but also like be aware of how young they are. Like I think us four transfers just coming from different programs and everything. I think it's like very unique. We bring a lot to the table there. But just, finding a common ground where we can lead these freshmen in the right direction and also give them a little bit of grace. Like when we're on the road, there's times that they're being like a little loose and we're like, gosh, don't they understand? Like, you gotta dial in here. But then you're like, well, there's 17 freshmen. Like you got to give them a little grace here. And
Yeah, but that's the blessing and the curse of youth, or just the not having that experience in college yet. Like they
Mhm.
have a clean slate, right? They can be loose, and that may not be perceived as a bad thing if maybe you don't want them to be too uptight.
Yeah.
So it feeds each other in good ways, but hopefully that veteran leadership and the experience that you guys here have can kind of bring into the team the right time for those things to be.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you bring up really good point. Just finding like that common ground, like that, like there's a fine line. And I think, we definitely do give them some grace and then they always find a way to reel it back in. They always find a way to lock in for the games. I mean, we've been able to compete in a lot of our games, taking ranked opponents to overtime. So I think it says a lot about them as a group, just being so young and being able to like kind of jump in. Like, I mean, I said my freshman year is one of the biggest jumps in my hockey career, just the speed and everything, the physicality, especially this league that we're in. But they've done a phenomenal job with it. So we really do have a great group.
I watched both you games this past weekend, and the team plays really hard. They play clean, and to be on the losing end like you guys have been, and to not be like the two-handed chops late in the game and still selling out and blocking shots late in the game. I mean, that speaks to the character of the players that are involved and the coaching staff for setting that example and the tone. And I mean, you guys, I think 5 1-goal games, right? So far. I mean, that's a bounce one way or the other.
Yeah,
Even the
exactly.
first game on Saturday, that first goal hit like 3 people and then 2 power plays. So you right there with Brown, and they're ranked.
Exactly. And I think it speaks volumes too. Like, I think, we took Mercyhurst to overtime as well.
Right.
They're receiving votes to be ranked. So we are competing. And I think it says a lot. Like, our coaching staff did a phenomenal job just recruiting players of character and players that won't give up. Like, I think it's been very evident in the games that we have played. Every single game that we have taken to overtime, we've come back from a deficit. And so it's not like we're giving up that lead, but we are coming back and we're battling back. And I mean, our game against Mercyhurst, like, one of our freshmen, like, was able to bury a goal with 3 seconds left in the game. So I think it does say a lot about our team and our culture. Just, we do not give up. We will get in front of as many shots as we can. We'll try to block as many shots for our goalies, even though they manage to get a lot of shots every game. But yeah, we don't quit. We really do battle back. And I think it definitely comes from our coaching staff. They set a great example and they expect a lot out of us. And the last thing we want to do is disappoint them. So,
and I think the pedigree of your coaching staff, which starting with Samo and obviously Coomey, is that they transferred not just their coaching experience, but their playing experience to speak to, do you want to keep losing games and saying you're successful? No, but there is translation into losing a game by a goal, or taking a ranked team to overtime, or growing your culture and, like you said, blocking shots at the end of a game when you're down and it might not matter. Those are all things that those people did as players, and they've been coaching on teams that have done those things to be successful. So they know the recipe book, from the playing standpoint and then the coaching standpoint, and taking their experience and transferring all those little pieces into now what these players are on this team. I mean, you can't teach culture. Like, you can coach it, you can nurture it, right? But you can't just say, if you go here and you go here, this is going to be our culture. Like, it's not X's and O's, right?
yeah.
So it's really cool and sounds awesome and inspiring. I've been wanting to come down to a game just because I'm really good friends with Kumi. I know her family goes down all the time, and I know her family well. So I don't know. Just hopefully I'll see you at a game. Get down there, and anybody we've had on from the pod, I'm like, don't worry, I'll be that crazy lady waving over the boards at you.
No, please do. We would love to have you out for a game. And yeah, I mean, like you said, we can't get much. There is no better coaching staff out there. Like, they are genuinely incredible. Like, they really are. They really put their time and effort into us. They dedicate a lot of time into making us better every day. And you just got to take the small victories. I know our record might not show it, but like you said, it's the blocking shots at the end of the game. It's not giving up. It's building that culture each day. So they're doing all the right things.
That's awesome.
Well, I feel like that's Linda. You want to do the honors here?
Yeah. So we're ready for that?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we thought we'd give you a little treat, and speaking about your coaching staff, and we decided to invite Allison Coomey into the picture. And there she is.
Finny, long time no see.
Was she in the waiting room?
I didn't know if you got the notification that she was there. I did, and I didn't want to text you because I know you're on your phone, and that would have screwed something up. Hi, Coach.
I'm like kind of screwed up here. I shouldn't do this anymore on my phone because I'm like trying to text Kumi on my watch.
Oh, jeez, that's what you were doing.
So I'm like, let me know if you have any trouble. I'm looking down. I really apologize. I'm not trying to be rude. I was texting Kumi.
And then Kaitlin's talking about the coaching staff, and I'm like, oh, don't say anything bad.
I know, because we actually.
Can you imagine?
Funny story. story is that on one of our first pods we were having, I can't remember who it was on. Was it Chelsea or
Yeah, it was
we
Chelsea
we
from BK. Yeah.
we were having a conversation before the interview, and Chelsea was in the waiting room, and we were like, she's like, Brennan's like, should I ask her this? Should I talk about this? Do you think this is off limits? And then Chelsea came on, and we were like, hey, what's up? And she's like, just so you know, you can hear everything in the waiting room. And we were like,
Oh,
oh man, we're
We had
such
no
rookies.
idea. We're
Oh
like
boy.
such
It
idiots.
wasn't bad. There was nothing bad. So I mean, you got to
Yeah.
hear all the good parts too, Coom. So
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
I caught the end of that. That was great.
Well, thanks for coming, Coach. We
Yeah.
want to have you on your own episode, but this is a nice little bonus for sure.
No, this is great. Thanks for the invite, Lynn.
yeah. So I'll start out by saying, because I knew you were coming on, obviously, that Kaitlin, what did you call it? Is it Finny?
Yeah,
Finny.
yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that during it because I knew that she was going
I
to get
was
on and
also
call you
told
that.
that they
I was
call her
like, she's going to
grandma.
call her grandma.
I heard
Yeah,
grandma too. Yeah.
That's used quite frequently. Yeah.
Well, I just think it's kind of it's really serendipitous what you said, Kaitlin, because you said, I can't believe that I get this opportunity, and I can't believe that this is happening because I played 5 years. I usually only get four, and now I'm in my sixth. And I think that's similar for you, Coom, with your coaching. You've looked at other jobs, you've considered going different places, you've turned things down, and now here you are getting an opportunity to like create this amazing environment in this brand new historic situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's so special. I'm sure you've talked to Finny about it, and
Yeah.
just it's crazy to think like, a couple months ago we were all together for the first time, like in person, and it's wild to see like how that journey's gone already.
Yeah.
I already feel like we're a family and we're close, and we have a lot of fun on the ice and off the ice, and but it's been really special to start something. At other places I've been part of, like, the newer part of a program, but seeing it from the very beginning is so special.
I think it's awesome. I think it's
Oh, are
fantastic.
you gonna cry, Brownie?
No, I just
Oh,
it's
you
a
seem
big
verklempt.
yeah, a little bit. I just think it's so awesome, just more opportunities, and that's
Yeah.
the part that gets me. And it's, like I know Roby a little bit, and we had her on, and everyone, the way she talked about Kaitlin, and what Brendan was telling me about some of the players and via emails, and it's just like to build the program. And I've like coached at the high school level, taken over from idiots and different regimes. It's horrible. And when you get to create it in your own image and what you want and all the stuff, you learned all the mistakes not to make, and put those out, and it's just it's awesome. And how many opportunities do you get to create a NCAA D1 program? So
Yeah,
awesome.
and it's awesome. Like, obviously Finny and the rest of the, like, Roby and Danica and T Mac, like, they've all brought their own experiences. And in a lot of ways, Finny, you've had the privilege of being a captain at your former school, but the other three haven't. And their ability to come in and take what they've learned from other institutions and really implement, what we're trying to do here, and just be great. They're just great people. And I think for our 17 freshmen, it's really good for them to have those people to look up to, which really helps with the foundation, right? Like, coming into a place where our freshmen have no idea what college hockey is like. We had a captain's meeting last night, and we're just going over some things that are like, it's just like there's just so many. I think a lot of times coaches make assumptions of like, yeah, they should know this, right? But we're living with 17 first years that have no idea.
Well, that's the tricky part about anytime you have freshmen, but also like the total value I see in Kaitlin when we went through her whole bio, talking about, looking at the game almost like a coach. And we talked about this with Julie Chu in a recent interview, to TBD on that. That just looking at the game differently, but probably because of maturity. And you, Kumi, just kind of getting a player who sort of looks at the game that way, hopefully, and maybe you're even developing the next coach or person that has clear interest in being a coach or going into coaching in some realm. So I just think that's very obvious from our discussion and from the things that we talked about with attributes that you got another coach because you're outnumbered right now.
Yeah.
Big time, right?
Well, we
So
joke all the time, like when Finny came, it was like, oh, she's got her master's in leadership. She's like basically
yeah,
part of the coaching staff.
exactly. That's what I mean. I saw all that. I was like, what's that? Strategic leadership. Forget about talking about hockey. Let's talk about that.
But it's even the little stuff like we talked about, like the blocks. You had a huge eat late in your game on Saturday. That was,
Yeah.
I mean, I forget who shot it. She's got a boomer too. Whoever that defenseman was, it was a big back scratcher, and that was late in the game. But that sets the tone for everybody on the bench. You could have bailed on that one. I mean, I know plenty of players that would have bailed on that one. That was great, but that's awesome.
Yeah, and if anyone's looking to do a shot blocking course, like Finny's your person.
So, all right, let's talk about this for a second because I want to get into the shot blocks because this is so as a beer league scrub, this is the kind of thing that I get into because this is what I can do. Right, I can get out there and kill penalties. It's my favorite part of the game. You have over 30 blocks, which on most teams would be well ahead of everybody in NCAA. But you have this psychopath, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. Lexi Lonask. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Lexi Lonask. Yep.
She's got over 70 blocks already.
Absolutely
and she's a
incredible.
good player. Like she can skate.
Yeah.
She's a Shattuck girl. I looked her up. Yeah. I mean, are you ever like, hey, bud,
Oh my gosh,
that?
no. I'm like, hey, get 10 blocks this game. And that's the thing, like it's not even a challenge anymore. Like she's like, yeah, like I think she had 11 blocks in her last game. It's actually
That's
incredible.
crazy.
Like she's got to be leading the whole league.
Oh
Like, the
yeah,
whole
she's
like by a
leading
lot.
all of NCAA every level, men's, women's.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like
Yeah.
71 blocks and we're not even halfway through the season yet. It's mind-boggling. Like it's genuinely incredible. So like honestly, like as a team, like we definitely eat pucks. We love eating pucks. Some of them hurt more than others for sure, but yeah, Lexi is just incredible when it comes to shot blocking.
Oh, I think somehow Linda got knocked out of
I
this.
thought Lynn was just making that face.
Yeah, I thought she was making the same face too. I think she got knocked out somewhere. Oh, wait, yes, she is. There you
What
go.
the heck?
Linda's back.
I was like, she's not normally this smiley and sweet and
Seriously,
quiet for
like-
that long of a time. I don't know.
I need to go on a retreat for technology. I just need to go on like
We
a
can all go
technology.
together.
I mean, I
Well,
can't.
we can
I
make it a
gotta
business.
We're all in
my
this together.
day job, my family—they're all getting in the way of my podcast.
But yeah, that was that one stood out to me. Those 70 and you're like I said, you're 30. I was like, holy smokes, that's a lot of blocks. And then you know how you click the top to like sort it by the most, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait, she's only second on this team. And then
Yeah.
I watched the game, and I was like, well, now I understand.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
When
we
I
definitely
talked-
try to help our goalies out, but they still manage to get a lot of shots. So
yeah, they're both doing great too. Over 920, both of them. I mean,
There's nothing
It's
like a good
unbelievable.
shot block to just get everybody riled up.
yeah,
Totally.
the best
Yeah.
feeling, the adrenaline rush too. It's like you don't even feel the pain in the moment.
that's it. She can come play on my beer league team anytime. When you're all done, Kaitlin, you need to skate. You let me know.
Yeah, no, I'll
Uh,
definitely let you know.
I want to ask too. I have this. See, I don't have very good technology, but I have some. I think someone. What? Of course, I can't find it now. As I ran my mouth, and now look at me. Oh, here it is. I think Charlton? Does Charlton owe you a burrito? Was this going in on its own? Hold on, I got it.
I'm just so thankful she was there to tap that in. I think it was gonna stop before it crossed the goal line.
I
So
don't know, buddy. I think that might have gone. Hold on, I think I can add it.
I highly doubt it.
Edwards was able to make the initial save. Well, watch this. She makes the initial save, and then nobody there defensively. Both.
I think she might have poached one for you.
Honestly, like the play all around, I was so happy schools could like make that pass to get the breakaway in the first place, and then to have girls coming back for support. I was happy Charlton could put it in.
That was great. It was a great play. It was a great play all around. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know you coaches here, so I'm going to keep it professional. You wore number 16 at Lindenwood and 13 now. Any significance to the numbers?
No, not with 16. I mean my go-to numbers were 9 and 19 growing up, and they didn't have those at my previous school. And then my brother was 17 at Lindenwood. That was also taken. So I'm like, oh, I'll do 16. It'll be fun for the parents, 16, 17, And then coming here, since I was the last commit here, I got last dibs on numbers, which is totally fine. But I picked 13. I saw 13 was available. I wouldn't say there's a ton of significance to it. I always like grew up loving watching Pavel Datsuk and then, Johnny Gaudreau as well. So those are two players that I looked up to. So.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
And do you have next weekend circled?
Like it's gonna be a good weekend for sure.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I do want to ask too. Oh, let me. I reached out to Roby, and you don't have to really cue her much to get a good quote. Finny's one of the best people I've ever played with. We call her grandma since she's a 6th year, but she truly embraces that role. She takes care of everyone and goes so far out of her way to make sure everyone's doing well. She eats pucks like a freaking animal and somehow always bounces back up. I've never met someone as resilient as her. Off the ice, she's so funny. She dressed up as a hot dog for Halloween, and I was in shambles all night because she was so funny. So, yeah, you can tell Roby's a big fan of yours.
Yeah, no, like I said earlier, she is my roommate this year. Absolutely adore her. She's just one of the best people I've ever met. She's always trying to put a smile on everyone's face. And I mean, I'm couldn't be more grateful to have her as my roommate and also in the leadership group too. She's great.
That's great. Coach, you want to stick for the lightning round?
Sure.
Oh, Linda, see?
I got a question.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry if you have a question.
Tell us what your favorite drill and your least favorite drill is here with your coach here.
Oh, let's see. Let me think. Today we did 3-on-1 mania. That's a fun one for the forwards. I don't know about the D, but we go against each other's in colors, and it's 3-on-1. We have 10 seconds on the clock, and we just got to score quick too, obviously with the 10-second timer. But that's always a fun one, especially when your team wins. Not so much when your team loses, but we won today, so that was good. As far as least favorite drill, I don't even know if I have one, honestly. I feel like every drill that we've been doing is great.
Oh, that is taking the high road.
Good answer,
Finny. See, that's strategic leadership right there.
Coming in hot with a degree.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right, so this lines up perfect. And Coach, if you want to answer about Finnegan instead of, feel free. What would you say is your best on ice hockey attribute?
I mean, this year I've been blocking a lot of shots. I'd say definitely take that one. But just hockey IQ, I guess. Finding girls in the right areas.
Coach,
I think
sign off on that.
I think she did a wonderful self-assessment. I would echo that.
All right. These are more for both of you. Favorite cartoon character?
Ooh. I don't know. I guess I'll say SpongeBob. I've been quoting SpongeBob a lot recently.
Nice.
Man, I don't know. Cartoon character.
This is the hard-hitting stuff people tune in for. No? All right.
I told you, Brownie, it's generational.
I'm like, when was the last time I watched a cartoon? I don't know.
How do you tape your stick and what color?
Heel to toe and white.
Coach? Oh, black, heel to toe.
Generational again.
What's that? What? No.
But I had the thought, you know.
Yeah.
Would you rather have the ability to speak any language in the world or talk to animals?
Oh, talk to animals.
Talk to animals.
Okay. In your careers, did you spend more time on the penalty kill or the power play, and which do you prefer?
Probably penalty kill. I do like both. I like I don't know, kind of the skill atmosphere of power play, but there's no better feeling than blocking a shot. So PK is always fun.
Yeah, I would go the other way. I like scoring goals.
Yeah.
It's kind of selfish. It's a selfish comment, but it's fun to score.
It is fun to score.
You need the goals to win. So.
Yeah, you need goals to win, right? For sure.
This is very true.
Yeah.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you pick?
Oh, I would probably say I've never been, but it's one of like my dream places I want to go to is Switzerland. Just like everything online, just like the scenery there just looks incredible. So I guess I'd say Switzerland.
Quality of life seems pretty good too.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with England because my wife is from there and they speak our language, which makes it easy.
That's another high road, Coomey. Took another high road.
It's beautiful over there.
I need some sand over here.
Laces and tongues, in or out?
Tongues in. Definitely tuck the tongues. And then laces out.
That's generational as well, apparently, because of the time.
Listen, I just switched within the last year to tongues in, and I am so mad I didn't do it 10 years ago.
Well, I don't wear shin pads, so like.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Got the pants on. That's kind of weird.
No, that makes sense.
I did tongues out for a little bit, and then I'd say, I don't know, my 14th year or something, I started going tongues tucked in, and yeah, huge difference. I feel like the lace fight went away.
Yeah. Start, bench, or cut? Sushi, pizza, ice cream.
Ooh. Probably, oh gosh. That's really hard. It's really, really hard. I guess start sushi, bench ice cream, cut pizza.
Is that the right answer or the real answer?
No, I love sushi. And the other two are just really hard. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Got it.
I'd go sushi, pizza, ice cream, even though I just had a little bit of ice cream.
All right, so take Rust out of this equation. Favorite and least favorite rinks you've played in? Or coached in, I guess.
Yeah. I would say my favorite rink I played in was probably Laban, Wisco's rink.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, they're
opposing players. Like
the atmosphere.
The atmosphere is incredible. Just like I think seeing like that big of a crowd for women's hockey is just, whether you're on the opposing side or not, like it's just great atmosphere. So that's why I'd say probably that barn. Least favorite, I would probably have, I don't know the name of it, but I'd probably have to say Stonehill's rink. We played there and we had a couple girls take some spills coming off the ice. I don't think their ice is like a little slanted and not great experience there.
Fair. That's always my favorite question. I love when some people are like, you know, they say like the biggest rival that the school has, like them. I hate going there or whatever. It's just fun.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, Wally B, because I coached there for a long time, but I love St. Lawrence's rink. I love it.
I think that's what I said for my favorite one early on. Just it's so nice there, yeah.
The wood, it's like so nice.
Yeah.
I don't know about least favorite. Maybe the old Lindenwood rink.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't blame you there. We practiced there when I played for the Blues program, and I can't believe they put a college team there, honestly.
That was tough. And freezing. So for a coach, for me, I
Oh,
can't.
right. Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing, but mostly because of the cold.
You have your own music festival. Who would be your top 3 artists, living or dead? You want some
Oh, God.
generational answers? Here you go.
Yeah, this will be probably a little bit different. I don't know. I have such a wide variety of like genres that I listen to, but I really like Zach Bryan, so probably Zach Bryan. Maybe Lumineers thrown in there, and then Rufus Du Sol.
Nice.
Wide variety.
Yeah.
It's good.
I would go James Taylor, Van Morrison, and Chris Stapleton.
Nice.
Chris
I knew I was
Stapleton.
going to know who yours were. I was just afraid that I wasn't going to know any of Finnegan's. And then the last one, most famous person in your phone.
Oh boy. I don't know many famous people, genuinely. I guess.
Well, to you, so who's the most famous person in your phone to you? Like,
yeah,
where you're like,
okay.
I can't believe I have that number. Yeah.
I guess the head coach at Western Michigan, who just won a national championship. I do camps with him over the summer, so.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to get blown out of the water right here, but that was still a very good answer.
Yeah. I mean, when you put me up next to Coomey, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Lynn's up there. Lynn's up there in my.
Come on. I text you for numbers.
I don't know. You mentioned Julie too. I have her number on my phone.
There you go.
Yeah.
When our third co-host, Kelly, who's not here today, but when I first interviewed Kelly a few years ago for something else, I asked her that question, and she's like, well, I don't know, Wayne or Mark. And I'm like, wait, you mean like Gretzky?
She does it all the time.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to me.
Yeah, she just starts talking about something, and she's like, "Oh, when I met Mark's wife, it was what year?" I'm like, "Stop it, just stop."
She's not doing it on purpose. It's just so funny.
No.
All right, Lynn, you want to ask yours? I got the.
Yes, I want to also note, because I want this to be a public statement, Coomey, of our text earlier. I wore my Delaware blue.
Oh, I didn't know you were going there.
I wore my Delaware blue, but I texted Coomey before this and said, because I make my shameless plug almost on every podcast, that I'll wear anything from any school if you send it to me. And Coomey happens to be my very good friend, so I'll buy it. It's okay.
No, I'm sending you.
I said, "Oh, I'm just about to go put on my Delaware gear." And then I said, "Wait, I don't have any." And she was like, "Oh, face palm, like little emoji."
With arguably one of the best logos in NCAA,
and the
I
blue,
will say.
The blue is great. I mean, this was USA Hockey that I wore in our last podcast. What is it on this side? But it was close. I was like, "This is close. This will work." I like to get like ready for the game. Like every podcast, I'm like getting ready for the game. Like, all right, who are we talking to? What clothing do I have that's associated with this? So,
well, you can get personalized Finnegan and Robitzer.
Okay.
As well.
This is true.
Then when I come to your game, as I was telling Finny earlier, and I'm that crazy lady waving to them, I'll just have their jerseys on. And
yeah, just like turn around, show. Yeah, we'll know exactly where to find you.
I can rep it. Yeah.
Hey, my cousin wants me to come down and do work on our house in New Jersey because it's a little far from where I am to get down to Delaware. But I was like, oh, from New Jersey, it's only like an hour and a half. I'm like, I can line this up. So I'm going to try to make one. I told Roby I would do my best to go to a game. So.
No, absolutely. Yeah. You guys should show up for sure. That'd be fun.
Sick. We'll get you on the list.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll get you tickets for sure.
So our question at the end that I always like to ask, I'm just going to ask Finny because we're going to have Coomey on for her own talk at some point if we ever make that happen. And that's not Coomey's fault, by the way, for the listeners. That's our fault because I ask and then follow up and then don't follow up. But Finny, if you could think of, so Breaking the Glass Hockey Podcast, we're just talking about people that are, breaking the glass in women's hockey, making an impact on and off the ice, builders, fans, coaches. We don't have any sort of set list of people that we want to give, like, put on the stage, show worth to, and profile. If you could recommend to us 3 people in that realm that you would recommend having on the podcast, who would that be? 2 to 3.
2 to 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, I've definitely played with some pretty incredible people who have kind of, gone their own ways, taken their different paths. But I know we talked about Joy Dunn earlier, just playing with her in St. Louis, and I think she's done a phenomenal job growing women's hockey. And I would say she would be probably top of the list, both on and off the ice. She does so much for, the community in Ohio State and just in St. Louis too. I think she's growing the game tremendously. So I would say she would probably be number 1. And then number 2, I would probably say, you've already had Roby on, but I would say try to get T-Mac or Danica. I think they're phenomenal. And, they're doing a great job, building a legacy here for our program. And I think it's kind of growing into women's hockey. So I would say definitely probably those 3.
Yeah, it's good. I honestly, Linda, when you started talking about gear, I'm like, she's going to forget to ask about who they want to come on the podcast.
I got it all up here, Brennan.
Well, thank you guys Kaitlin, thank you for doing this and taking the time. And Coach, thanks for just hopping on. That was awesome. I like the look on Finnegan's face when you popped on. It was great. And,
we don't team up with each other.
yeah.
That was a pleasant surprise. I loved it.
No, it was great. That was
Thanks
great.
for being flexible, because we talked about this, I don't know, on the weekend. And then it was today at like 1, and I was like, hey, what are you doing at 6? So thanks.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for coming on. Thank you for listening. And as we always say, please like, share, subscribe, and tell 100 of your closest friends. Good luck this weekend for you guys against Lindenwood. Linda, good luck in life. Me as well, I guess. I don't know where that was going.
I need it every day.
And we'll see you soon. This will be out at some point soon. And look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.